You pretty much guarantee a loss here, so you just wanna do some damage here. I don't know if this smoke at this time is good, because how do you get yourself out of this line? Okay, so let's just address the smoke first. So you decided to throw that smoke onto site, which is like preparing for the second fight. This is like a good smoke if you're already out on site, but you have to get out of sight or out onto site first. So you're preparing for a fight that isn't really ready for you. So instead of throwing the smoke here, I would do this.
Yeah. Oh.
So it falls with you, basically, and creates that opportunity. Now, if you're wanting to clear close, you're able to go like that too. Okay, and use it. So you clear it out. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I got like this. Boom. See you later.
Damn.
Okay. And then you're able to get out, and then you're able to clear this fight right away. So first one's done. Second one right here. Okay. And you can always path through this way after that. Want to get coached? Join this Discord. We have free and paid coaching options. Can't wait to see you there. Enjoy the video. So if you flash that, they have to pull away, which in the same effect, you can clear out this left-hand corner. Because that guy's going to be blind. So he either eats the blind and tries to kill you, or he has to run away from it, which allows you to clear this spot. Again, I'm just going to do it really quick for the recording. So flash. This allows you to now peek out of this corner and signal the fight. So that's a flash to distract, basically, or a flash to take away some of the lines that you don't want to worry about. Let's say that you flash this. You can cross or place this because that spot is going to be safe for a little while.
Multiple women. They're on side,
So I'm thinking TP to the right because you had time. Yeah. So once you got this kill, I instantaneously TP to this corner right here, like in behind the pillar. And then I would change position because they're going to be cross replacing you right away if they're coming in. So this flash ends up saving you, and this is fine too. So this was okay. It ended up working out. The other option was to TP up into heaven, which I was thinking about as well. The role of the anchor, or the rule of the anchor, number one rule, is to exist as long as possible. When you do that, you delay the plant and allow your team to be in ideal positions to take fights, which is literally what's happening right now with your Raze and your Jet. They have such an easy job coming in here because everyone else hasn't been set up on site. So you disturbed that setup and you allowed them to stage. You might not get stats for all that, but you end up getting round win because of it. You get round win. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anchor position is all about survival. So when I was thinking you TP, it's all about survival. Survive. And the entire time you think about from their perspective, they're in anxiety because they can't really plant the bomb with you being alive. Why does he want to buy 2 smokes? And why does he want to buy a TP?
It's a habit when I was from silver.
Okay, well, we're Immortal 2 now. So
yeah. Yeah.
Because doesn't work anymore. Doing things because does not work anymore. You need to actually have a purpose behind everything that you do. Otherwise, you start to autopilot. So because doesn't work. When you buy this and this, it makes me think you want to be aggro, which we agreed on at the beginning of the game, that you have 2 dive duelists. So for you to be worrying about dive at any point in time for your utility, especially in a pistol round, very unlikely you're going to be using that, considering how strong your dive is, right? So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, we just had this whole conversation about what we had, and now we're just buying against what we what we know. If you have 2 entry duelists, you are now going to be flexing controller and initiation support for your Gecko. So that's where your flash should come in. Now, the other thing that is confusing for me is that, let's say that you went with because, okay, and you went with this buy. You did this. Why in the hell would we go with a ghost? Because clearly you want to be aggressive and TP into smokes and try to take close range fights. So why are we taking that? If you had bought this, it would have made more sense for me, but it just didn't make sense altogether. Okay, so first and foremost, this is homework. If you really want to be throwing one-ways like this, we're not learning how to throw it in the beginning of an actual match. You need to have these things down like naturally. I want you to actually put some time, homework, into you throwing smokes. Not just like throwing these things, but like having it flawless so that when you go into your ethereal form,
Actual game?
Yeah, well, when you go into your ethereal form, when you go and pull out a smoke, you're actually like just like boom, boom, it's out, right? It's like natural. Like you're so fast at it. There should never be a point in time where you're spending like 5 seconds trying to line up a smoke like this. Should be like done and out, right? This is again going back with the anchor rule. You're in a 5v3 and your team has firm control over everything right now. There's no need for you to leave anywhere. If you leave this position, it's telling me one thing. You're going for one thing. You know what that is? Starts with an F, ends with a rag. You're going for frags, bro. You're going for frags, bro. You're saying to yourself, oh, I need to go get stats over here. There's nothing that you need to do that's going to add to their defensive B. There's nothing you need to add here. All you gotta do is exist here and make sure they don't just come here. Because let's say that you rotate it out. Now they walk in and plant for free. And no one had info, and look where your team is. Now we're going to be coming in with like 25 seconds left on the bomb. And they're in a 3v5 situation. That's ideal for them. Look at how many ults they've got. At this point in time, there's 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. You haven't seen anything here. The smoke makes it difficult for you to rotate off of because now they could be creeping up here. So I'm not 100% sure why we smoked in this situation. I think you're just doing it because you're trying to delay them from pushing into the site potentially. But we have 2 people holding the spot. Like we kind of want them going through here. We don't want to force them to go away. If all 3 of us are here, the logic is I want these 4 to go in here. So right? I don't.
Oh, so yeah. I should smoke ramp to manipulate them, manipulate their movement from pushing through heaven, so they can go through A main, right?
That's definitely a way of thinking about it. Or you don't smoke at all and make them hit the site. Because if they hit the site, they're running into 3 of you versus them rotating over to B into an empty site. So like, oh, there's smokes here, you know, I don't want to go here anymore. So their natural thought is like, let's leave usually. So you want them to come here. You don't want them to be deterred from that spot. That's definitely one way of thinking about it. Like you throw that there, they're like, oh, I'm worried about going this spot. Let's hit A. Now the rotate hard.
How did you read it?
Because they're not doing anything. It's like, there's too much info here. And we also just sent a boombot in through, right? Look at this. Boombot goes in through your smoke. Rotate hard. There's nothing there.
Oh my god, okay? How did I miss that?
So I'm gambling as well because they could always hit here again, but there's 2 people holding it, so it's like this is our best chance anyway. So if you rotate and get into this position, they probably don't clear you. If they run through heaven, then it's, you know, unlucky. But if you go here and they run through B main, they probably don't clear you on this spot because they think you're all over here. Now there's numerous ways that you can play this, but walking here is not good. The reason why I'm saying it's not good is because you're in a 4v3 situation. You need to get yourself in a spot to get a multi in order to get back into this round. Think it like this. You guys are worth 2 points. They're worth 1. Okay? They have way more numbers on you right now. So they're in the advantage to win this, especially if they get into post plant. Then it's just like your chances of winning. Like, what do you think your chances of winning a 4v3 with post plant and no ultimates that go in your favor? What's your win percentage?
20%.
20%. I think so, yeah. Okay, so let's run the odds now. Let's say you make a gamble play, you put like a smoke right here, and you can like peek in and out from here and here and fight these guys individually or fight these guys individually. Let's say you get 2 kills here and you die. Now it's a 2v2 situation, it's post plant. What's your win percentage? I'd say you probably go up to at least a 40%. That's like bare ass minimum is 40%. Would you rather 20 or 40%? 40%.
40, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So being aggressive here and trying to find a frag and setting yourself up for one is the only way to play this. If you play passive, you're saying win the round for free. So you're hoping they make a mistake, basically, instead of you taking the reins here and trying to force the fight to be able to get something working. If you die, it's no different. You had a 20% chance to win. So if you go for this fight and you just get waxed on it, 4 people kill you or whatever, it is what it is.
Right.
There's no difference. So this fight was inconsequential because you gave away your chance to win regardless. The only difference here is that you fought from a spot that you can't really win from, and he fought from a spot that's high advantage for him. Versus if you went on site, you smoked here or something like that and been aggressive, you're peeking them, you're dictating the fight. You have spaces to move. You can always TP away as well, right? There's a lot of options. You have flashes, so many different things. Okay, so let me just display it in game really quick, so I'm fully clear. Smoke here. You have a timing. You hear them go up in heaven. You have this flash. Boom. See you later. Boom. Peek out. Fight as much as you can. If you want, you can flash. You can peek at this one. Like that. All the while, they can't plant the bomb. And if you end up getting 1-2 kills, you might even get all 4. then great. You have 15 seconds to play around the smoke and you're stalling out for your teammates to rotate in sight. Why don't you TP in here? Like, this is fine too, but... Again, you're in a 1v3. Who's likely to win this?
Them.
Yeah, so there's really no risk, right? So you're just gonna go for a play? I like going for plays. You can even put it deeper if you want. Take that away. Right. TP into it.
Can you try TPing in the smoke that I put?
The only problem with the smoke that you put, we'll put it right here. It was further in, but whatever.
Right.
The only problem with doing this is it's very obvious and there's only this much distance. With an open smoke, you don't have to TP right in the center. You can TP to the right of it, TP to the left of it, TP inside the center of it. There's so many options that you have. So it's harder for them to spam you in this much of a radius, right? Versus the one that you did really tight right over here. So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm approaching a situation, because it's a 1v3 and I gotta make something happen. So clearing out angles, make it easy for myself to clear out as many angles as I possibly can, and then going from there. So you get this one, perfect. And TP. Whenever you get one and you have the ability to TP, it's just like you can change the angles up for yourself. Even if you wanted to just like fake TP on this corner and then swing out and fight again, like that can throw people's crosshair placement off. No chance. So I have timers in my head. I just want to give you perspective here. Okay, so when you throw this smoke, you have 30 seconds till your smoke comes back. How long does the smoke last? 15 seconds. You have a timer right here that tells you how long your smoke's gonna last. Smoke should be out by now.
Now it goes, yeah.
Smoke should be out and thrown right now. So by the time it poofs, it's now 15 seconds. So you never lost a moment where that smoke hasn't been covering something. Okay, so you can use that as a timer, as a point of reference. This flash doesn't do anything. Why?
It helps no one.
Look at the thrash being running right through here. Look at all the clearance of everything here. Everything's cleared. Everything is cleared. There's nothing there. So why are we throwing the flash? I've noticed now you haven't paid attention to the alarm bot, not the alarm bot, the boom bot and the thrash. It's like you almost have this idea in your head that you have to do something or you're doing something and you're just doing it autopilot, which could be a number of things. It could be just experience on Omen. Okay, so that's the ground. The ping always lands on the ground. So look at where you are.
That's where the ground is.
Yeah, because it goes up.
No. That's the ground on the ramp. That's literally where the ramp is, where you're flashing. This is where the person's standing, right here, when they're on that position. So wherever you pinged, that's where it's going. It's not any higher than that. If you want to confirm this as well, you can go and let's confirm it. Let's confirm it right now.
Yeah, it's a slope, you know?
Right, but the ping will go on the ground. It won't go in the air. Yeah, that's where the ground is, right? So you want to flash the ground, right? So we'll follow it in. Boom. Also, remember the fact that they're not playing up here. This first round, this gives you a lot of information. So where are they playing? Where do they play on A? Okay, there's one on A ramp. Or else there must be one on backside, maybe elbow. Okay, they're playing deep on heaven. That means they're going to peek from here. That means our flash won't do much for most of the game because they're going to want to stay around here. So I'm thinking in my head, all the while that everyone's doing this stuff, I'm picking up where they like to play. I'm thinking about those kinds of things.
Recognizing patterns.
Correct. Right away. As a Omen, I have so much time to do this because I'm staring at the minimap the entire time, right? I'm constantly staring at it and I'm picking up the pattern. This is the first round, this is what they wanted to do. Perfect. And they saw that I threw a flash there. So now they know that I can't really play on the ramp because they're going to line this every single time. So I'm thinking about 5 rounds ahead. When I have my ult, I'm going to TP back here. I'm going to flash them from behind because they like to play in this spot. We firmly have sight control. So what do I add to this sight control if I move in here? Nothing.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah. Look at the fight going on over here in heaven. Perfect. You throw a smoke. Great. We should be going left and holding for this section. So just like there's sections in Ascent, this is section 1 on a retake. This is also section 1. This is section 2. And then you have 3, which is the back site. So 2, 2, 1, 1, 3. Let's fight for 1 until they put us pressure for number 2 and they take it. There's no need for us to be in sight. So this is an important point. as soon as we get into post plant, which was a few seconds before, once you got that kill, basically, you're in post plant. You have backside control. I want you to immediately ping what you're looking at, and you say, I'm watching this. That way, your Sage knows what to look at. You know what to look at. Everyone's got an assigned job. Versus you having 2 1v1s here and no conversation happening. Calling out your action of what you're watching is important too, because then the Sage can trade off you and they're playing together versus you forcing 2 1v1s here. What did we do the last 2 rounds? We hit A site, right? And you did it through flashing. Let's say it this way. You did it through flashing. You did it through smoking. So if you're fast, which you can be, you could be immediately calling a strategy for a fake before the round ends. Right once you get Reyna down,
I have a smoke.
You say, okay, I gotta play, guys, I gotta play. Let's do the same setup towards A. I just want Raze with me. So we'll have Raze over on A. You can double satchel up. I'm gonna do the regular flash. I'm gonna smoke A main. And can I get the rest of you 3 just holding outside of B, and then we can just like hit it late? Because they're gonna hard rotate towards us. You guys like that play? And then you say, and if they say yes, great, awesome. If they say no, let's do this, then you just do whatever they want to do. So the immediate point where Reyna gets fragged by Sage, you start saying that. That's when you have to start doing it. Because you have 40 seconds then to discuss it and agree on it. Now your Raze goes in, you flash, you do all the good stuff. Raze can just lurk in A, and you can start working up towards middle.
I'm gonna insta smoke. Someone hold A lobby. Insta smoke, then walk back source. Man, you're going market wide.
It's all good. You have 3 people here, we should be fine. That could lead to tilt more than anything. Because there's things that you can't control. He's still with you. It's not a big deal. This was a sign of like perfection or perfection mindset. Like everything has to go a certain way, the way that you envision it. And is anyone perfect in this world?
Would it hurt if I said yes?
No. Yeah, I'd smack you through the friggin' screen,
no,
man.
Please. No, please, man.
Okay, who has the advantage this round?
Us, because we have the site.
You haven't planted yet, and they have Vandals. You guys have half buys right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, the thought process is you're on eco, right? That's the way I like to think about this, because you have a disadvantage. So if you do this and you play 3v3 and you go for the plant and you fight these conventional fights, you probably fight at a lower percentage chance of success because they're advantage guns. Okay. It could still work. You could still get wins, but I'm thinking about what's the most advantageous fight for the scenario at all times. So you throw that smoke, you TP in 4v4, 3v3. Okay, I know there's 1 in heaven, and there's people that play B based off rotations, so I think I've got a timing here. I would TP into here and start fighting forward, because I need a closer range fight versus the Vandal. What do you want, like this one, like, okay, alright, this could work. So you generate an ugly fight? Awesome. And now you're in a 1v2 situation. Relax, breathe, breathe. Remember that you're statistically supposed to lose this fight, or lose this round. So it's not a big deal, whatever happens. Sitting in an on angle, ADS. It's a recipe for disaster. And you didn't have to do anything until they tapped the bomb. So this is so important because this is a momentum-based game, right? You see the jet die and go, oh no. We're gonna lose the round. But you're gonna make it happen, bro. Like, relax, let them play, let them do their thing. What happens if they end up popping off 3 making a play that they make, right? Don't tell yourself stories, don't go down the spiral. Anything can happen. Now let's talk about how the ult works and how you can get the most out of it. Now this is enough. You got value. This is now looking at you. Your team is able to scale on him, so you can cancel here. You get the same value if you threw a smoke down and you TP'd into it as well. That's 2020 hindsight and more for future. We're gonna end off with one mechanical thing here. Watch the spray down. See how many bullets went over the head? Look at that. It's like 3 bullets that went over the head. You need to be down by the shin on that pull down. So I want you to get into a server and practice ranges for spray downs. You can set up a bot and spray different distances on that range. You want that. You spray down. See that? My pull down is from here to here. Okay. Down and to the left. That's for both guns as well, by the way. Both guns go down to the left. Down to the left. Wow, I'm crushing it. All right.
Amazing.
Done f***ing around. Cool.